I think that we did target our audience mainly because I feel the issues and themes we raised in the film is something that our target audience would think about and hopefully understand that binge drinking is not something to be taken lightly and has severe consequences.
I think that the seriousness of the film is what attracts the audience, and possibly the thought of being in this situation may intimidate and worry them whilst watching this film.
I think that's when Sam is arguing with his mother while intoxicated, our audience would empathize and relate back to a time where where they may have been in the same situation.
Whilst planning, we did a lot of research into things that would interest our audience. For example, things like what they would wear, what cinemas they would go to, what they would do in general day-to-day life.
Through this, we sculpted our protagonist to be an ordinary working-class teenager that our audience related to via the uses and gratifications theory and personal identity.
For example, the costumes we assigned to our protagonist Sam were clothes that our target audience would wear. We done this so that they could create a relationship with him. When we've spoken to our focus groups, we got the impression that they wanted to see how family play a significant role in why youngsters turn to alcohol, and we incorporated this into our film by showing how Sam's mother is unable to control him when they argue.
Another way in which we attempted to attract our audience is by using a title that creates enigma and signifies many aspects of a teenager's life. Example, drinking and negativity.
When we received our audience feedback from our peers, many said they felt the title caused suspicion at first, which was the main thing that attracted them and made them want to watch the whole film to see what happens.
They also felt that one of our strengths was how the protagonist of the film was easily related and had many characteristics and traits of a teenager.
The audience feedback we received also told us that there were many other successful parts of our production. Many said that the jump cut editing added a different viewpoint to Sam's life that made them really relate to him through pathos.
Also, the camera angles used, such as candid angles, high and low angles, made it simple for them to follow the film and understand what each scene was meant to mean. They said this made it easier for them to view.
However, we received some constructive criticism also. This included criticism on the poor acting from some members. For example, Sam acting drunk.
This could have been improved by better casting.
Also, we got told some of the important scenes didn't seem to stand out enough.
We could have improved on this by editing the film to the sound and making the sound louder on more significant scenes.
Scenes like when Sam and his mother argue. Another suggestion we got to do with this scene was making it slower and blurrier when the focus was on Sam's mother, as our audience felt that it would reinforce how intoxicated he was.